Alright guys, welcome back. If you're watching this in the same day, it's about 10 minutes later. I've just kind of wrote down some thoughts about what I want to do for the progression to World War, because there's a lot to do, there's a lot to talk about, so I didn't mean to click on that. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm not going to go through like a specific thing this episode. I'm just going to show you what I like to do when I start the World War era. And what we are going to do is we're going to get off this island. I mean, this island, there's nothing wrong with it. We're going to stay here. It's going to be, you know, we're going to produce quite a bit through here. We are going to get a second industry going because it is important to have multiple industries. The only thing we have going right now is rum. That's our only resource for cash. I mean, everything else is just little change here and there. Everything like sugar is just going into the rum. We've got some cattle for meat. That's the only thing we're using that for. We've got pineapple, banana. That's the only thing we're using this for. So before I do this, there's one thing I hadn't touched on yet. And again, Jason, one of my commenters in the videos, has made this aware. We've got some situation with the newspaper now. Now this can provide liberty, which is good, but liberty happiness is fine. We're not worried about that right now. We're going to actually turn this into a moneymaker, and we're going to go down here, this work mode for Penny Saver. We earned $5. Basically the same as what we had it on for the Dependent. You know, this is good for convincing people to be, to join the revolutionary faction, but this time, actually, it's a little better now because it increases approval of citizens. So if your approval is going a little low, I mean, set it on the Dependent, you might gain a little approval just from this propaganda. We're going to get money, though. We're going to earn $5. I don't know how. I don't know what we're doing, but Penny Saver. We're going to earn $5 each time citizen living in the vicinity of the newspaper rest. It does decrease liberty by 5, but liberty's fine. We don't have to worry about it. If we look at our happiness, we got some factions in here. We'll touch on all that. Where's my happiness? There it is. Liberty's 52. It's really not going to go down that much anyway, so it's going to be fine. So let's touch on this, because I'm actually I'm gonna expand this island over here, and I've played around with this, and I cannot build a bridge. It's like just like one square too long. I've tried every possible route, oh, it almost works there. Does it work there? No, it says bridge not complete. Come on. So you know what? Whatever. We don't need a bridge. We're going to build a landing, and we're going to utilize this over here. We can kind of just build it along with our palace. So the right there looks good. So I'm going to get that built. What I'm going to do, guys, is we're going to kind of lay out a road structure here. And then as soon as I do that, I will come right back. I will tell you, we are going to relocate the palace, because this is valuable land right here. I don't need the palace just right in the middle of it. We're going to make this island kind of our government. And, you know, all the business happens here. That's what's going to do. That's what we're going to do. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're right back in it. I actually have done a little bit of work off camera, so you can see the palace is about to be relocated. I've got it on pause right now, so we're relocating this palace, taking it across to this side. You can see we already did a little bit of work with our road. We built the landing here, just click build, because it doesn't cost that much at all. Palace is going right here in the back, and this is a good time to talk about what we're going to do in this episode. I think I might actually focus it on one particular thing, because these are the buildings I like throwing in first. It's actually going to be the embassy and the ministry. Now, they do have they have a significant cost to unlock. You see the blueprint for this thing's 8,000 plus 16,000. That's $24,000. That's quite a bit, but it's going to be worth it. You can read what it does right now. Appoint ministers suggested by political factions to improve individual aspects of Tropican society. That's nice, but you see this thing after the comma? Gain illegal earnings from accepting bribes. I mean, we could do that, and what that means is we're going to be, instead of putting the faction leaders, the faction candidates in the ministry, we're going to be putting the broker candidates. And that's a good time to introduce one of our friends right here. I can't talk today, guys. I'm sorry.
They call me the broker. I guess I had another name once. But you know what names are good for? They're good for getting you arrested, Presidente.
Getting you arrested, Presidente.
Well,
no.
That's not my game.
Nice to meet you.
I came to see you as soon as I found
and he's still
these were
talking.
available, Presidente. What do you think?
So the broker, basically, you can see this right here. It's Swiss bank account. He's like your insurance broker. It's a little shady, and you kind of just trust him that you're not going to get in trouble. So we could just, I mean, we have $0 right now, but the way to get Swiss Bank, at least starting out, one way, and the way I like to do it is build the ministry. It costs a little bit to operate, but if you have a good economy, you're not gonna see the hit at all, and you're gonna be gaining standing. We can utilize whatever we want here. There's some good things, and I'm showing you it's in the game for a reason, especially playing on hard difficulty. So we're gonna be utilizing the ministry, and we're also gonna be utilizing the embassy. Let's hit play and just let our palace get built. Look how nice it is over here. I need to redo it though. It looks a little rough. Anyway, let's go ahead and unlock the embassies. And what we're gonna do with the embassies, and if you played this game before, you know what's going on. We're gonna invite. You can see here. Let's click on politics. Actually, we've got the allies and the axis now. It's actually really important unless you just don't want to deal with global superpowers or allies axis or whatever. It's very important to have these relations very high, and for a couple of reasons. One, for trading. Two, for 4 and 8. And we're going to utilize 4 and 8 because we're going to be on harder difficulties, so we're going to utilize that. So let's go ahead and unlock these guys. Let's unlock the blueprint 2500, sure. 5,000 to build. We only need 2 of them. One thing we do need to talk about is the blue circle here. Now, we cannot build these too close together. So what we need to do is, you see how the blue circle kind of overlaps a little bit? Like we can't just build one here and then build one right beside it. They're gonna fight over each other. It's just gonna be a mess, hypothetically. Alright guys, we're back again. So instead of focusing on just embassy and ministry, the first 3 buildings I got, or first 2 technically, I'm just going to focus on everything we need for the World War, like the most important buildings. And along with these 3, we're going to come back to our main island here. You see we have this nice new space available. Like, look at all this. This is really nice. We're going to utilize that. So we need to go to public services, because one thing that is really hurting us is no healthcare. And let's look again. We can check the almanac. We can check people decline. Look at this decline, 31 from bad healthcare. We need doctors. We need nurses, man. Let's get the clinic. This is our first workers that need to have college education. So let's hope we have 2 people with a college education on this island. Provides healthcare to citizens. Yes, we need that so badly. We're going to stick this right in here, get rid of these 2 silly shacks. I mean, it's going to be a tight squeeze, but it's just a little clinic. They'll take down those shacks. We're going to get that going. Now, we're not stopping there, guys. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because we need to utilize all of these public services. And the reason why is because things are going to start catching on fire. And this has happened to me so many times when I don't build the fire station right away. Like, the rum distillery is just going to burst into flames. It will do it next month. So, I'm not going to take that chance. We're going to spend some money on the blueprints, but it's fine. 2250, yeah, we're going to buy it. And I'm thinking I'm just going to put it right across here. This is a pretty centralized location. Now, the only problem is we don't have a bridge. We don't have a bridge over here, so we might have to build 2 fire stations, because if something over here catches on fire, well, they can't take their fire trucks across the ocean, so... or whatever this is called, the harbor, whatever. They can't take it across that. So, let's build one here. It'll be fine for now. We'll put it right there. And then the other thing I need to do is we need a church. We need a church, but we already have this... excuse me, I almost called it a Catholic mission. That's in Tropico 5. We have this chapel here, which is nice. You know, it's nice. And we've got one down here. So where would we want to put the church? I mean, do we need 2 chapels? I think I'm actually going to demolish this one, because it's two high school educated jobs offering a service quality of 35. This one, it's one more job, but it's the service quality is going to be way higher. And I can't talk today, guys. I'm sorry. We're going to demolish this. Sorry, people. I still care about religion, but let's get that going, and let's go ahead and unlock the church, and let's put that in. And what I think I'll do next episode is I'll touch up on why I am building these things, and why I started with the embassy and ministry first. And there's actually one more. There's one more building I need to get, and I'm just going to touch on all this. we're gonna put it right here next to our docking station. Oh my god, I work in IT. I'm pretty much an IT specialist. I work with docking stations all day now. I'm gonna call it that at least. If I call it that, please tell me. What am I looking at? So we've got a dock down here, which is good. The reason why I'm over here is because we're going to raids and military, and we're putting our next building to go on raids and heist, the commando garrison. This one's important too. It does take 6 high school educated jobs, but you want to put this next to your dock because they actually take off from a plane at the dock. So if we put this way over here, they actually, like, if we put this way over here, they have to walk all the way over to the dock. So we're just gonna put it right next to the dock, just right here, right next to it. And we'll see why this works is because they take a plane from here off from the dock, and then they just walk. You know, they have to walk from the commando garrison to the dock to take off. Basically, they work in this building when they're not on a current raid. They're going to be in there, or they're going to be visiting something else. So when they're in here, I don't want them to walk from like way over here all the way to the dock to take off from a plane. Let's just put them right next to it. Let's put it right next to it. Let's hit play. Let's get this going. So we still have 2 construction officers, or 2 construction offices. We have more than 2 construction officers. That would take forever to build anything. So you can see, look at them. There they come. They're taking off, and this is a good example of this. They're taking off from the Fisherman's Wharf. You don't have to build multiple landings, docks, Teamster ports. They'll take off from anything that has a landing, which a Fisherman's Wharf also works. So they're going to come over here. They're probably going to build the, it looks like, yeah, they're going for the embassy first. All 6 of them. They'll be going for the ministry after that. And then we'll probably have some go for this clinic, fire station. We've got the church, and then we'll also have the commando garrison. So those buildings are what I'm going to start with. You see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buildings being constructed right now. And we've got 22,000, so we're still doing fine. Let's look at the dock here. We're kind of in the zoomed out view. But you see we still have rum coming in. And one thing to touch on, guys, let's look at this. Teamsters, they're now in trucks, and they can now haul 800 capacity. So if we go back to logistics, let's look at this. So we don't need any more Teamsters, that's for sure. We really don't. This is actually not producing right now. We got 2 people working. We don't need any more Teamsters. We need to be producing a little more sugar. So one thing we could do is we could crank up the budget on these plantations just temporarily. We could crank this up to 4. Because watch, the difference is, look, the difference is $11. The difference is $44 a month, but efficiency goes up a total of 10% for each, or 10% for each plantation. Now I did do control click, so let me go back and fix these. We don't need these any higher. Just for the sugar. So yeah, we're gonna leave it like that because we're really, you know, eventually we're gonna have another resource, so I'm not worried about it. But we don't need Teamsters only hauling like 300 sugar. You know, I'd rather that get much closer to 700 up to 800 full capacity. So we're gonna take a look at that. We got stuff being built. Once the embassies are done, once all this is done, I'm probably gonna jump right into how everything looks. So these episodes, oh, look at this. Where's that coming from? Oh my god, it's my rum. What did I tell you? I built the fire station. We're gonna take a hit because that's almost a third of our profit right there. And this might, you know what? This is a time where, okay. Now, like I said, I don't love quick building, but this is a time where hell, dude, my rum distillery, someone made a Molotov cocktail and blew it up. So let's quick build. And let's get some firemen in here. Come on now. I'm gonna crank the budget up. We got one. Gabriel, where are you, man? Look at him. He's running. I love this. I love this part of the game. They just take off running. He immediately became a fireman. Looks like Batman from a distance. Thank God. We only have one. He can't single-handedly put the fire out himself. He's going inside. All right, well, he's going inside. Do we have any more? We have another one. Jacob Harris. He's running. There, I saw him. Who else?
So good to see you.
Where are you, man? Why can't I find you? I think it's a bug in the game. There he is. There he is. All right, well, let's hope we put out this fire, man. I really don't want to rebuild the rum distillery, so... Like I said, I didn't predict that. There's no way you can predict anything, but I built the fire station, and it still went into flames. So anyway, that's why you build your fire station, guys. That's why you build it. Imagine if you only had one rum distillery, like, then your profit's just screwed. Like, what are we looking at right now? We still got 18,000 coming in, so the other two are holding up. We're doing fine. Do we have anything built yet? Yes, we have all this built, so this is a good time. We're gonna stop it right at the new year. January 1908. Happy New Year, Tropico. And guys, we're going to end the episode now. Hopefully by the time we come back, our rum distillery won't be on fire anymore. But we're going to get everything else built. We just got a couple more buildings now. Looks like everybody's on the job. Yep, we're going to be fine. So we're going to come right back. We're going to have these buildings built. And then we're going to talk about a little bit about what we're going to do. More so with the embassies and ministry and how that's going to help with our profits. So, stay tuned. Have a good day, guys.